Okay, we're at the top of the hour. This is just the 2-minute warning before we go ahead and get kicked off. So if y'all need any last second stuff, just let me know.
Derek, I believe that yeah, we could be able to start. Like 2 minutes already left, and yeah, I believe that everybody who is supposed to join already joined it.
Yeah, and with that, I was just waiting for the update on my side, so it looks we're okay. It looks like the recording has started automatically. Not sure what happened with that. So we'll just go ahead and continue on. So hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining our ACE community event here. We'd like to thank you for joining us, especially uh, being afternoon or possibly morning where you're at, or for our speakers, very, very late evenings. We do appreciate you being. I'm Eric Tiller, one of the leaders of Phoenix, Arizona Atlassian Community Group. I'm still calling it a group, even though it's changed to events a couple of times. We also have the Kansas City chapter joining us as well here. And it looks like based on the chat, we do have a bunch of people checking in from all over the world. So thank you for joining us from wherever you are. Who's both Yuri and Philip from Release Management Apps are going to be discussing our topic here today, Wonderland, changing Atlassian billing model and marketplace acquisitions. So I believe we'll be doing different parts of the presentation, but as a part of my job as the facilitator is that if you do have a question, just go ahead and post it in the chat. I will make sure to let everybody in the presenting part actually know what the question is, and then we'll go ahead and manage it that way. But if you do need any assistance, please feel free to reach out. We'll take care of it that way. And gentlemen, the floor is now yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Derek, and thank you everybody for joining and for interested in this topic. And it's a pleasure for us to be there. Before we start, I would like to post a link for a form where you could be able to leave your contact. And at the end, we will make a raffle to make a gift to somebody of you, $100 Amazon gift certificate. So just say thank you for joining, and yeah, do not miss it, and it would be possible to see who is a lucky winner at the end of the session. So that yeah, today we will speak about changes in Atlassian billing model. Some of them already done, some of them are already planned, some of them still in investigation, and we will tell a bit more details about what is going on. So like what Atlassian direction here, like what was decided, what was not, and because all of the changes will impact on all of us, and we, of course, like belong to Atlassian community and to Atlassian ecosystem, and we definitely will be working with those changes. We will speak about licensing changes, what already done, what is planned in the future. We will speak about packaging, different apps editions, about pricing, and in general, what does it mean for different group of people, for customers, for solution partners, for marketplace partners, and in general, how it will impact ecosystem and what the changes will be coming in the nearest future. But before doing so, I would suggest to meet each other. So that let's start from Philip, who will be presenting with me on the stage.
Yeah, so hello everyone. It's good to be here. It's good to see you. My name is Philip, and I am partner manager at Release Management Apps. I'm 6 years in the ecosystem at the moment. I am also a community now champion, not leader in Poznan in Poland. And with me is Yuri.
Yeah, and my name is Yuri. I'm co-founder of Release Management Apps, and we are developing applications for release management for advanced agile boards. And we are proud that during the last few years, we won a set of awards as best new app of the year, for winner in certain categories. You can see them on the screen. So that we will share during this session what is going to be done in Atlassian ecosystem and how, from our side as a marketplace partner, we responded to this change and what actions we have already taken and how it was practically done from a marketplace vendor point of view.
Okay, so maybe let's start from discussing from the high point, why the changes right now. So Atlassian has recently surpassed a major milestone. It exceeded 1 billion in annual gross merchandise value. So this achievement signals that growing maturity and scale of the Atlassian stack and ecosystem. So, however, the focus now shifts from reaching this benchmark to more unlocking the growth across the marketplace and for its partners. And to drive this future growth, Atlassian increased customer adoption of to drive this future growth, this increasing customer adoption of the cloud is essential, but also analysis indicates that despite of growing ecosystem and also many customers continue to rely primarily only on Atlassian tools, often skipping marketplace apps. So one key factor behind this is this trend is the lack of flexibility in current pricing model. So in response, Atlassian is introducing a more modern and adaptable licensing structure, one that better reflects how today customers use software and how partners deliver the value. So decision to evolve the licensing model is driven by three objectives, I would say. One is to accelerate this marketplace growth. Second is to introduce more fair pricing structure, and also to lower the barriers to adoption for the marketplace apps. And also, I would emphasize the other important factor worth mentioning is adjusting this pricing model because of the AI adoption or revolution. So what we can say is like pricing aligned in the usage metrics, which is quite popular on other platforms. So particularly relevant for AI-driven apps where value is tied to requests or activity, not just the numbers of users. So in general, we can summarize the aim is to improve the ability for partners to tailor the pricing for different business contexts and customer needs, I would say. So we can go to the next slide. So all we know, it's like a love or hate relation, I think, but under the current system, app licensing on the Atlassian marketplace is available only at the instance level. So this means that customers are required to license apps for the entire number of users on the instance, regardless of how many users really and actually use the apps. So while this model has this big advantage, which is simplicity, it also prevents a significant downside. It enforces one size fits all approach. And for enterprise customers, many of whom operate in complex environments with multiple teams, departments, business units, this model becomes a constraint really. So these organizations often manage multiple instances and have diverse app needs across different teams. So yet under this current licensing structure, they are forced to apply like quite uniform, I would say, app usage across the entire instance. So as Atlassian strengthens its focus on this enterprise segment, which is quite visible, the limitations of the current model has become more pronounced. And in reality, one size does not fit all, even in a single organization. So within one enterprise, big organization, there may be separate departments or teams with unique workflows, tools requirements, independent use cases operating within the same instance, and the security or compliance needs that vary across different teams or like business units. So this lack of flexibility in current licensing model creates this massive overhead, and also both from operational and like financial side. So many customers are effectively overpaying licensing far more for more users. than necessary just to meet requirements. So while the simplicity was a strength with the original model, now there's a goal to not, I would say, introduce unnecessary complexity, but to provide like a framework which will be more flexible and also more fair. It should coexist. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next slide.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, even today, we had a demo of our solution in front of the client, and we.
Yuri, you are muted.
Okay.
Yuri.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, so something wrong with microphone. Yeah, exactly, because even today we had demo of our solution in front of the clients, and we got the same question if the clients can pay per usage instead of paying for the whole instance, because only 20 people will be using application and they have 4,000 users for the whole instance. So then just would like to mention that all the things which will be presented here are optional, and some of them may not be even decided, because we will tell in which items there are some a bit of friction in adoption and in definition how it should be done, but still it will be up to the marketplace vendor to decide what model to use. And what is the suggestion? The first suggestion is increase of amount of options for licensing. So at the moment we have only site-based licensing, so we know how does it work. Is already introduced, and it was planned some time ago, about multi-instance licensing. So when multiple instances should have overlapping users, and now it will not be needed to pay for all of them, only for unique users across all instances, and it will bring a few more advantages. We will cover it in more details a bit later. Also, now it's in active investigation user-based licensing, when only users who will be using application will be billed, and all other users should not be billed in general, so and they will not be paid for this application. And Jira decoupling here is decoupling between Jira and Jira products, such as service management, for product discovery, and many others, like make it separately. Another direction is making packages, and packages are already released to production and available for every marketplace partners. And some of them, like our company, has been already released advanced version of the application. And the main idea is to have standard version, it's like current one, advanced one, which is available. In somewhere in the future, there is a plan to introduce free version with limited capabilities and limited functionality. And the last but not least is of different pricing models, per user pricing, also per agent for service management or similar apps. And also a very interesting idea. So in context of AI adoption and in context of adoption of modern billing methodologies is usage-based pricing, when the application might be free, but the clients may pay for usage, or maybe some basic fee as a baseline, and on top of that should be extra payment for usage and some features which will be built on top. So again, it's will be very relevant for some expensive operations such as AI, when a lot of computing power is involved into providing service.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so also like to further align with these needs of enterprise customers, Atlassian is introducing a multi-instance licensing model. So an innovation specifically designed for organizations using the enterprise cloud plans of Atlassian products. So the new model addresses a key challenge faced by large enterprises, the fragmentation of an app's licensing across multiple instances. So traditionally, enterprises operating in regulated environments at global structures maintain separate Jira Confluence instances for business units, split before geographical regions, or like a security because of the security reasons. So until now, these customers were required to purchase separate app licenses for each instance, so leading to increased costs and administrative complexity. So now Yuri will show an example and reveal more details about licensing options here.
Yeah, let's take a look at the organization, and let's imagine this organization has 2 Jira instances, and each of them has a certain amount of users, like 500 instance 1 and 700 instance 2. But we have 150 overlapping users who are using the same people, the same users are using both instances. And in the past, like a few months ago, so when this feature was not implemented and not available, the clients could be able to pay unified for amount of users, like unique users, for 2 Jira instances, but it was not working for marketplace apps. So that users has to pay for every marketplace app full price, no matter if the people are the same or not. So then for Jira, they could be able to pay 1,550 users, but for marketplace apps, they have to pay for 1,200, and it was like not fair, and it was not working like that. Now this feature has been already released, and for enterprise tiers, the users could be able to pay only amount of of unique users, do not pay for overlapping one. So if we take a look at our example, so that if we take a look here, we will pay 1,050 users for Jira, and at the same time we will pay the same amount of users for marketplace apps. Even if we will add another Jira instance into our cluster, I would say, and in this cluster we will have, for all in all, for 1,500 users, we still will be paying unique users, like overlapping users, and do not pay overlapping users for marketplace apps. So then this is alignment with overall strategy for Atlassian to make a payment for unique users only. Also, in context of enterprise, it will make another advantage, because in the past you have to generate separate quote and make separate payment for every instance. Now all the billing will be aggregated into the same quote. So for large organizations, so it will be a significantly decreased overhead on managing all that setup. And for this problem statement is usually available in enterprise, because in premium or standard package, usually there are no multi-instance setup when this problem with overlapping user exists. So that is like more for enterprise setup for big clients, because it's reflecting Atlassian strategy to move to large enterprise. And I believe that like a lot of information, a lot of speeches during the last Atlassian teams was exactly focused on enterprise segment, and how Atlassian will be transforming everything in product line, in operation, to reach such big, extremely big companies. Let's take a look at this pricing from marketplace vendor side. So for marketplace vendor, like we can define pricing for the application, and also there is ability to define a separate pricing for multi-instance billing, because in this case we may not pay the same amount for unique users if we have multiple instances. So we can keep it like 1x multiplier. So for every unique people will be paid the same, but maybe we can just make it more expensive. It might be needed when we have some extra overhead for managing multiple instances. So then we could be able to make higher price. And actually it's not hard coded, so you can put manually here the price. Is don't have to accept all the suggested options to make some multiplier on top of standard price, but actually vendor is allowed to define for multi-instance setup different pricing, and it's up to vendor if the vendor would like to use this opportunity or will not use this opportunity. So then in that case it will be decision of each vendor. And at the moment, this capability is already available, and for enterprise, again, so everything is a little bit more enterprise style. So then we customers need to reach to advocates team to enable this listing, and it's already available from May 2025. So then this option is available, this solution was implemented, and now Jira Enterprise and Marketplace apps supports for multi-instance setup at full scale, and it could be used in a good way with for big clients. Okay, so let's move on, and let's move to another topic.
And if we Really quick, I get two questions in the chat. If we have a second, Jessica Hampton said, if you can also speak to premium versus enterprise differences in this discussion, that would be very helpful. Not all customers have a user base large enough to qualify for enterprise. So I think that was just more a comment than we need. But is there anything you can speak to on that right now?
Yeah, at this stage, the main focus is mostly focused on enterprise clients, because when we are speaking about premium or a standard edition, usually it's not done in the scale when a lot of instances are implemented. So then Atlassian did it in keeping in mind only for large clients, when a lot of different setups will be done, a lot of different instances, and each instance might belong to a different group of people, and each of them may have different needs, and we cannot like make the same instance, the same setup for everything, and all of the changes like are mostly focused on enterprise clients who will have absolutely different needs and absolutely different setups, or maybe group of people, maybe absolutely different apps will be used on different setups, or maybe just very small granular groups. So then when the problem of managing some multi-instance setup, exactly multi-instance setup, then it will be acceptable. And also comment from Jessica, so about paying per user, we will cover this topic later, so because it's another thing, and this topic is only relevant for multiple instances when people have to pay only for unique users across all instances, do not pay for overlapping users. But per user billing is a bit different thing, and we will cover it on the next slides. Yep. Yeah, and also how does it work for migration, export, import required application? Example, project configuration, which is mainly used by only admins. Again, it will be up to the vendor how vendor of the application will make it available on the marketplace. If this option will be for multi-instance setup, will be available everywhere, so that if some amount of unique users will be available across instances, then it will be built across all users. So it will not be connected exactly this change to user-based pricing. Again, user-based pricing we will cover on a bit different topic later in this presentation. So we can just keep it till the end. Okay, should we continue?
Yeah, go ahead and continue for right now. Trudy, I will bring up your question here in the next opportunity. Just want to make sure we continue on with the presentation. So I apologize for not getting it just yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So then let's move on then, and we can also jump to the next slide about different type of decoupling which will be done. And now we're just moving to this like decoupling area, which is like was the most interesting in the questions. So now it's not implemented yet, but it's still in some consideration, and it might be changed and subject of change. But there is idea of decoupling billing of the application per Jira product, like service management. So because in service management, everything built around agents, and we may have a very big amount of users inside the instance, but still just a few agents will be using. And there is idea to make some marketplace apps coupled with certain Jira products, like service management, like product discovery, and so on and so forth. So in this case, we could be able to make application, tell this application only for service management, and all the users in service management, all agents will be built for our applications. So in this case, we can make like better focused user amount, because now it's a very big problem, because people may not buy some applications because in service management there are a very big amount of users, and it's causing to very huge billing price. So then in this case, this is going to be a solution for this. But still, I just want to emphasize that this change has not been approved yet, and it's still in investigation. It may be changed because there are still some discussions from product team about how it's going to be done and how it's going to be built in the right way.
Okay, so we will now discuss another important milestone that Atlassian is going to introduce. So, a part of its ongoing evolution of marketplace capabilities, Atlassian has introduced apps editions. Introduced because it's already there on the marketplace. It's a new framework allowing partners to package apps. Features across multiple tiers, such as free, standard, and advanced. Initially, the rollout is supporting the standard and advanced editions, with free to follow in the future. That is the plan. This tiered structure is designed to help marketplace partners better monetize premium features. That's from the marketplace vendor side, but while maintaining affordable options for the more price-sensitive customers, I would say. So, app editions provide an opportunity to tailor offerings based on the customer maturity, needs, and budget. So this tiered model addresses a common scenario from the field, I would say from my experience. So the app looks great, but it's more than we currently need or can afford. So with app editions, there is now an appropriate response. We can offer a feature-aligned pricing based on where the customer's current journey is really. So introduction of the app editions enhance both customer experience and vendor control, because customers can gain clearer upgrade path and more flexibility to choose what fits to their needs really. So and vendors can gain the ability to manage pricing strategy dynamically, create compelling entry-level experiences, and monetize high demand capabilities at scale for, let's say, customers who can pay for this. So app editions also reduce churn, I would say, because they can ensure that customers are not forced into one size fits all again offering, and they create natural upsell opportunities as organizations grow in complexity and maturity, and also like what apps can offer. So with app editions, Atlassian continues to evolve marketplace into more adaptive, flexible, and customer-friendly centric platform, I would say. So this is a significant step, I would say, forward in enabling this sustainable growth for both vendors and users. So also while maintaining this focus on innovation, value delivery, and choice, really. So now Yuri will delve into more details about apps editions, and also will show and discuss risk management experience with this, because we are early access part of early access program for apps editions.
Hey, Yuri, sorry, you need to unmute. My apologies.
Yeah, sorry, finally. So it's just kind of was difficult to unmute. I would apologize for this. And yeah, then as Philip mentioned, and again, just putting a heart of our day-to-day work, we are getting from our clients a lot of requests, like make this feature, make this feature. And we understand that some clients are very advanced and they would like to get more out of our applications. But in this case, we have always dilemma. Should we invest in building this feature or not? So if we will invest, it will not be sold to our all clients, and if we will increase price, it will decrease overall amount of our users. So now with apps editions, we can just remove this dilemma and make a different set of features for different group of people. So then we implemented advanced version for our three applications: release management, advanced agile boards, and release gadgets. And overall idea is that currently all the application like it is now will be standard edition. So like nothing will be cut from the application, nothing will be removed. And the overall idea is that all the applications will be standard if marketplace vendor will decide to build advanced version, because marketplace vendor may decide to don't build and just keep only standard and do not join this program at all. It's not mandatory. It's like just additional opportunity for marketplace vendor to make something as advanced edition. So how it will looks like. So that when advanced edition will be introduced in the marketplace, you will see, and you will already see if you will visit our application, you can see how it looks like in real life. It should be standard edition, and marketplace vendor can explain key features which belong to standard edition. And after that, it could be defined advanced edition, and advanced edition will have everything from standard plus certain amount of features on top of that. I would like to pay attention that it's not going to be only features. So we can just look wider, and we may offer some premium support, for instance. Maybe we can define some different SLA for fixing problems, or maybe for answering the questions. Maybe we can give some extra services like education, workshop, consulting hours. So marketplace vendor can pack into this advanced edition a lot of different things, and it depends of like creativity and actual need of the users, and this extra capability to make better monetization on highly demanded enterprise, mostly customers who would like to get more and do not be limited in development of these features. So if we will just click at more details and open it, we can see a feature list and just comparison table between standard and advanced, and this functionality is available inside of marketplace. So like every vendor could be able to define this list according to their functionality. Also, I don't know why, but I have not shown it on the screen, so we can expand and see explanation about each feature and what does it mean, and some value add on top of standard edition. So in that case, the vendor can get better flexibility in order to do so. If we take a look at current clients, so current version, as I mentioned, will be standard one. And if the client would like to move to advanced version, it will be started trial. So, and just like normal trial, but just start trial of advanced version. After trial will be finished, it would be possible to upgrade to advanced edition, so and make purchase of it, so just to buy it according to the price of advanced edition. And at any moment of time, the client can downgrade. So if we decide to don't buy after trial will be finished and get back to standard edition, or as soon as the standard advanced edition was already purchased, just get back to standard one any moment of time without any limitation, so that clients can move one way or another one without any problems. By the way, one important thing which I forgot to mention, that in advanced version, there are no possibility to have free tiers. Like even in marketplace, you are not allowed to put 0, even if the marketplace vendor wants to make some free tier for advanced edition, it's not possible. So then in that case, again, just to summarize, the marketplace vendor can define a set of features for standard edition, for advanced edition, define separate pricing for standard and advanced edition, and working now with application, it should be converted automatically to the standard edition, and if needed, it would be possible to start trial of advanced, buy after trial advanced edition, and any moment of time downgrade from advanced to standard without any limitations, and use the edition which will be suitable for the client's needs. So then it's how it's work now. Also, and by the way, this is already launched, so that it's available for marketplace vendors. And if marketplace vendor will decide to implement advanced version or give some extra service, marketplace vendor is allowed to do so. It does not mean that every marketplace vendor already will be getting advanced edition. So only limited amount of vendors already implemented it in scope of early access program like we, but majority still have only one version at the moment, and it's supposed to be some filter on marketplace where it would be possible to see apps with advanced edition. And it was blog post, maybe we can share it after the session, where Atlassian made some presentation of advanced edition and what vendors has already implemented it. Okay, if we just continue to check how it looks like from marketplace back office side. So again, definition of the features, definition of description, mapping to edition, and also it would be possible to define pricing, like pricing for each tier, like for standard edition and separately for advanced edition. And if we also take a look at marketplace vendor reporting, so there is special flag which is showing edition type so that it will be possible. So again, I think it's not interesting for everybody who is not marketplace vendor, but just very fast, so that this flag is available, and this flag will show what edition type is currently purchased, and it would be possible to build some analytic on top of that and make some prediction. Also, I would like to mention, if advanced version is available, then advanced version will be activated by default when some new trial of the application will be started. So I think this is like approach which Atlassian took, and just keep it in mind, and I think you should know it and watch it if you don't want advanced edition. So it should be explicitly chosen standard edition on start of the trial, because by default it will be Atlassian. It's just kind of some small details which I believe might be very important. Okay, let's take a look at the picture and see how does it work in complex setup. I think it will answer majority of questions about single multi-instance. So then Philippe, over to you.
Okay, so while these app editions offer like tiered functionality within a single app, as you could see, so app bundles is another new idea, a concept really. So there's a quick disclaimer here. So app bundles address the customer experience from a broader purchasing perspective, I would say. So app bundles represent collection of apps, potentially including associated services such as educational support or consulting, offered together as a cohesive package for marketplace customers. So the aim is really twofold. So for customers, bundles simplify decision making and streamline purchasing. Also, because they'll be like very focused on solving a use case, for example, like grouping some products for I don't know project management or maybe agile or like ITSM. So for partners, marketplace vendors, bundles provide new pathways to monetize and promote, of course, multiple offerings, especially when those offerings work better together to address like a specific use case. So our app bundles open up new monetization strategies for partners. So of course, increase revenue, but like it also make this cross promotion opportunities. Bundles enables partners to expose customers to complementary apps within their portfolio. So this drives product discovery and strengthens like overall brand presence. Also, it makes the pricing more flexible because partners gain more control over their pricing strategies, including tiered bundle pricing, volume discounts, and such promotional campaigns. So it's like very cool also for customers, I would say. So yeah, it's also like I think it improves retention. So by increasing this perceived value and convenience, bundles can contribute to longer customer life cycles, and positive experience with a bundle can translate to repeat purchase and stronger brand loyalty. As you can see on this slide, this is as I mentioned, a concept only. So this is still a plan. So this shows how this, let's say, purchasing experience for a customer on the marketplace would see. It's like a marketplace bundles experience concept, I would say, at the moment. But you can see, you can just, as a cloud customer, you can just choose your site and just choose the apps from the bundle that will be installed on your site. So it's like quite cool. I think it's quite easy to use. So if we go to the next slide. So yeah, so as I mentioned, this is like a huge concept. So you can see the current milestones is like they've been updated for some time by Atlassian. So I could see the pilot is already there. So we also took part in the bundles, but really early access program would be available on H2. So partners can now self-configure apps in the bundles and set the custom pricing. So customers can seamlessly, of course, enter exit bundles, and the next general availability is like moved. It will be somewhere in the H2. So the general availability should be like somewhere. It was like moved by Atlassian, so it should be like in the H2 this year. And of course, in the future, because we only mentioned the apps from one vendor, but the like very interesting idea could be merging and bundling the products between like cross marketplace vendors, so based on collaboration and like also solving some kind of use cases. But this is like something to be explored in the future. So this is only, let's say, signalizing this idea as a some future concept. But I would say it's a very interesting one.
Initially, I would like to also mention
so
that it's still
it's an experiment.
yeah, and it's still in experiment because it was also a question about making bundles across multiple applications. So then first thing that it's still in early access program. So like all the partners who are part of early access program can make the bundles. And at the moment, the bundles are only within the same vendor. And actually, it's limiting capabilities if you're not vendor like Appfire or similar with a lot of different apps, when you can within the same vendor do a lot of different combinations. Regarding multi-vendor bundles, is exactly like experiment which was planned now with Atlassian, and Atlassian investigating a lot of options here, and it's not clear what will be decided at the end. And we also taking part in this experiment and investigation, but at the moment it's moving slow down a bit because of some internal reasons and because of some restructuring of the team who is working on it. But main idea is to bring capability to build holistic solution cross-vendor at marketplace, and maybe again it may be changed, and it may not be implemented in exactly that way. But some internal discussions are about making marketplace for the marketplace which can sell not only marketplace apps. Maybe it will be also extended with some services like consultancy, like education, and so on and so forth. And now it's like experiment with the clients to see some possibility to do it, value proposition, and I believe that this experiment will be finished by end of the year, and after that Atlassian will come up with more detailed vision. And now we also part of this experiment just to see how apps could be combined between each other. There are some ideas about holistic setup with multiple apps, with integration on app level, with giving some extra services. And in this case, yeah, it might be a bit more than bundles. It's going to be converted into solutions. That client can buy a solution which will consist of multiple apps, and after that get all the like everything in one bundle, like everything in one solution. So not only just buying the app, because as it was mentioned during Atlassian Teams, there is a problem that some average enterprise has more than 200 apps, and now there is trend for decreasing amount of apps. So then this idea to move from apps to solutions in general. But again, it's like very early stage discussion, and I believe that everything will be changed. And even if we get back to slides here, those slides will be also changed. We just received feedback from Atlassian that it will not be done exactly in this way, like it just will be just a bit changed in the future, and yeah, it's going to be done in a bit different way. So then let's watch it and let's monitor how it will be done and how it will be done. So because it's a very interesting topic. And now let's move to the most interesting thing. It's per user pricing, also per agent pricing and usage-based pricing. This area is the least developed area at the moment, and what we know, and we also participate in some discussions, that at the moment there are investigation about per user pricing, and there is some open discussion with number of vendors to migrate the apps to per user pricing. This is what you mentioned, that what you want to get, like when you don't need to pay for the whole Atlassian instance, you don't need to pay for like everything, so that you could be able to choose only a limited amount of users for the app and pay only for them. But there are a lot of drawbacks, to be honest, and the feedback from marketplace partners is very different because and very contradictory, because this change require a very deep investigation and understanding how it will impact revenue of vendor. Because if it will be changed like in the way when the price will be significantly dropped, it means that vendor will drop revenue as well and cannot be able to maintain development and maintain the team. If the price will be changed in the way when the price which will be paid and then will be increased, then clients will not be happy. And it's very, very difficult question for existing apps, and maybe for new apps it will be a very good choice and very good option. But for existing apps, it's very, very tricky, and the vendors hesitating to move in this direction because of unpredictable results on revenue of the vendor. So then now it's getting some like difficulties with adoption, I would say, because we spoke to multiple vendors and also with the Atlassian teams, and everybody, especially well-developed vendors with decent revenues, like with decent amount of people, they are just very, very carefully investigating, and without some good analytic don't want to take decisions. So maybe it will be somehow postponed or maybe even rethought, because we got some feedback that maybe it will be postponed to some like later time until some good investigation will be done. And also vendors are super concerned. Regarding per agent, we already covered it in certain extent when licensing will be bundled to Atlassian products like service management, product discovery, and many others. So that in this case, I think it's everything clear. And also what is on the table, but to be honest, we have not heard any actual steps and any actions towards this direction. So only idea and only vision that it should be implemented usage-based pricing in the application when vendor can charge for usage of the application. So for instance, like amount of generated release notes, amount of generated reports, amount of boards, and amount of something, or maybe just some amount of entities like executions, activations, and so on and so forth. So then again, no details here, just vision, but I believe that it will be very good, and it should be a good, good move, especially for resource-consuming applications like AI, like huge data processing, and so on and so forth. So then this what is going on, and only just to summarize, only per user billing is currently in progress. But at this stage, there are a lot of concerns from marketplace partners, so then it may be delayed and even maybe changed, or maybe even cancel it. I will not kind of reject this option because of these concerns, especially for well-developed apps. Okay, so let's move to the image, which I was announced several slides ago, a bit upfront and a bit earlier than needed. So that, yeah, Philip, can you just like explain how does it work on example?
Yes, so yes, I would say it's like for amusement, because now we have all this knowledge in place. So this is like, I would say, quite, I would say simple example, just to showing really two Jira Cloud products. One is Jira Cloud Enterprise, as you can see, on free instances, with really 13,000 unique users, as like Jira Cloud plan, as was discussed, helps us to remove these like overlapping users. So like in this example, the customer operates on free instances. First instance is like 5,000 users, second instance 8,000 users, and third instance is 5,000 users. But then we said like it's really 13,000 because of these overlapping users over the free instances. And we have one other Jira product, which is Jira Service Management. On this third instance, it's like only 4,000 agents. So it's like only one instance in premium. So as you can see, but also what you can see is like a few apps, like 7 apps, and there, as you can see, they are like on different level of, let's say, complexity, I would say, because like in the previous model, it would be like very, very simple. Like all the apps will be like licensed for this enterprise for 13,000 users. Here you can see some gaps. So that means there are some kind of scenarios that we need to cover. So, for example, I would say that for solution partners, I am a bit, let's say, I'm sorry for you, because you need to have like sometimes hundreds of customers, and you need to apply the right apps, let's say, strategy with licensing at the let's say with this the new model. So what you can see, for example, here with the app first, it's in the standard edition, as we discussed this apps edition. So it's like instance based on 3 instances. So it's like multi-instance issue, as this is like Jira Enterprise Cloud plan. So it's licensed for 13,000 users, so you can use that that advantage or leverage that Yuri was discussing on the first example. So for the app 2, as you can see, it's like user-based, user-based app. Multi-instance only on 2 instances, and like a standard edition, and it's like licensed for 10,000 users because again, because of the overlapping users over the 2 instances. And app 3, as you can see, it's like user-based, single instance, only on 1 instance for 2,000 users. And yeah, another app, as we discussed this usage-based. So you can have app 4 on all of the instances of the enterprise cloud plan, and it will be built based on the usage metric. So it's like across all the instances. So usually, as you probably know, like for this kind of licensing, usually you will buy some kind of credits and you will use this credits just like ongoing. So for the app 5, we have another app which is usage based, usage metric based, but only on the 1 instance for this 5,000 users. And app 6, this is like we discussed also this Jira decoupled apps. So for this specific example, as in the previous scenario, you all know that because this instance is 5,000 users. In the previous model, the app, which is like tied to Jira Service Management, still need to have like a 5,000 users license. But thanks to this new kind of, let's say, Jira decoupling, agent-based licensing, it is possible to have this app 6 only. In advanced edition, for example, only 4,000 agents. And app 7 is like a quite specific, I would say, Jira app on 1 instance, just based on the user account. So this is example, like a simple one, I would say, illustrates how licensing model can vary by app type and deployment, and offering flexibility, but also requiring some careful planning for customers. It highlights the importance of this multi-instance support, especially for this enterprise cloud customers. So I'd say definitely Atlassian is trying to win a lot of customers and try to convince them to use this plan, I would say. So yeah, so as you can see, it will be very, 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 very nice, I would say, in the usage-based pricing in this enterprise scale environments.
Okay, so I think it still looks very simple, right? Or not exactly. Okay, but yeah, it's not such bad because it should be for enterprise clients with multi-instance, and also it will be like that if all of the changes will be implemented. And what we see is that some of them having some difficulties, and in certain cases it might be a little bit more difficult to implement it exact for well-developed apps, or maybe it will take some decent time for vendors to adopt all the features. So then, yeah, definitely, like not everybody will be experiencing such challenges and such complex model and such complex system. So let's think, what does it mean for all of us, for different group of people, so that we can just try to put for different angles from different point of views to see how it will be working. So for Atlassian users, what does it mean? I think it's definitely more flexibility, because if all of the things will be implemented, and maybe some of the items again may not be implemented at all, but just like they are still in plans, and I hope that majority of the things will be done in good way, it will give more flexibility. Multi-instance, like billing only per app, like for different group of people paying only for applications they need, and everything should be fine, and everything will be done in a good way. Also, it will have ability to choose between standard and advanced. And advanced edition will be more expensive, will be more features. Standard will be more cheaper, so that users will not be paying more for something what they don't need. In perfect world, of course, but still, this possibility will be available, and I think it's a very good move. Also, it should be optimized at app usage. So again, as a vendor, we getting question on every second demo if we can reduce amount of billed users per specific group of people. So then it could be covered, and if this like user-based billing will be implemented, and if the vendors will adopt it, despite all the concerns which developed vendors has, I think it will give very good value for users. For solution partners, it will make a bit different picture. From one hand, it will be a bit more complicated because you see that now you have a Jira instance for X amount of users, you have app for some amount of users, and that's it. So like if you would like to upgrade, you're upgrading only one like instance and upgrading the app. So for all apps according to the tier, and that's it. Now you need to think like what app will be advanced, standard edition. You need to think about like to what group of people it will be applied. You need to think like to what instance, like and how it will be working in general. Because like some multi-instance is for enterprise, but advanced editions available for everybody. So if we will be speaking about some user-based billing, it also could be, if it will be implemented, it will be available for all tiers. So then it will be very difficult because it will be just a very complicated spreadsheet, I believe, with all the data which will be needs to be tracked. And also, as soon as this quote will be generated and as soon everything will be paid, somebody would like to upgrade something, maybe only one application, maybe only one tier, maybe only edition. So, and again, it will be a lot of overhead and a lot of tracking to make it done and to keep it in consistent state and respond to all the clients' feedbacks. But from another side, we can just make some opportunity from this. And I believe the vendors like solution partners who will make it smart will get advantage on the market and use this opportunity to be in better position and provide better service to the client. So that just, I think it depends to how this opportunity will be used per solution partner and who will make some good solution on top of this, provide good service, provide some good calculator, provide some good, I don't know, rider packages and so on and so forth, will benefit because definitely every change is a good opportunity window. And for marketplace partner, so it will be definitely better because we can offer more value, so and charge more for advanced features. We can also make some more flexible pricing and be able to make a bit better value proposition for different group of people. And if the price will be more reasonable and more fairer, so that people will buy with a higher probability, so that in this case we will make better connection to the client and offer better price. But again, it requires some time for adoption. So then actually, what does it mean for marketplace partners? And actually, the thing is it. So let's hope that everything will be implemented and we will get all this opportunity. And thank you very much for your attention. And yeah, maybe we can spend some time for questions. And after that, we can close the forum and start choosing the winner.
Probably that it's a good idea if you can both put your email addresses or a way to contact you into that, just so that people can grab it. And I'll go and make sure it's posted as part of the after event as well, just in case if anybody does have. And we're all doing really well about trying to answer what you put in the chat. But if there is anything else, if you could drop it in.
Yeah, Derek, so I'm not sure if it's only for me, but yeah, he was dropping, but I believe that it's, yeah, I got the point, so we will leave the address and yeah. Okay, now we got everybody in the list. I believe that yeah, nobody was missed. So let me just kind of move to another screen.